The following is a transcript of a conversation between Matías De Stefano, referred to as me, and his higher self, referred to as I am. 24th March, 2021. Smile. I am. Smile. Me. Today I thought about it while laughing. And one of the things we mentioned was that for many people in the spiritual world, laughing seems to mean a contrast to the seriousness with which transcendental and spiritual concepts should be taken. I am. Solemnity. Me. Exactly. That's the word with which these types of paths are often defined. There are so many preconceptions about what spirituality is that many consider that living like a human and acting like an ordinary human is not being spiritual and is showing that you are off your axis, away from your center. Why is the spiritual regarded as something that should be solemn? I am. Because solemnis is a Latin concept that comes from the words solus, complete, and annus, year, and refers to religious ceremonies or liturgies, whatever they may be, that were celebrated once a year and were held as a global concept. A solemn ceremony had to be something maintained for a full year, related to routine, constancy, and dogma. People from religious traditions consider spirituality as a form of enlightenment, a path that must follow certain routine guidelines with specific rules, which translates into solemnity. Me. Oh, I understand. It is a cultural question, of tradition of thought. And what about spirituality? I am. Spirituality is not religious. It is free. It is breathing. It is individual. It is its own and expansive. It embraces all existence as it does not judge the oxygen that enters each inspiration. It breathes everything, nourishing itself from each vision, transforming it into itself. Because of this, there is only one thing that spiritual dogma shows. Me. What thing? I am. The smile. When you dare to smile at the world with the greatest sincerity, you are radiating your spirituality. Me. What's the difference from laughter? I am. Risa in Romance languages has its origin in the word risus, participle of ridere, which means laughed, describing something that is expressed with intensity, and in ancient times it was distinguished between two concepts, shine from the Greek guelao or kataguelao, shine downwards. The first reference to the idea of feeling laughter inside in a healthy way, while for the second case it talks about laughing at others. In Saxon languages, laugh comes from klek, which means to shout. Laughter is a shout that drives, which makes it connect with the most famous and negative concepts of it. Ridicule, coming from irideo, laughing at someone in the form of mockery, and ridiculous, something silly, object of mockery. This has historically made laughter interpreted as a weapon to harm others, to attack. Not so the smile, which arises from the etymology sub and ridere, that is, laughing underneath, or in other words, not shouting, but something expressed softly and calmly, in silence. But the story of laughter is not human. Me. Oh, no? I am. It comes from all primates and has more to do with the origin klek, equaling scream. Laughter was a cry of battle and defense. Me. Oh my God, really? Did we laugh to fight? I am. That's right. Laughter is a spasm of the respiratory system driven by the brain area that manages the emotional, the amygdala, responsible for managing the neural records of emotional reactions, and the hippocampus, brain sector related to memory and spatial location. The oldest reaction was to generate noises that would scare away enemies and potential dangers. In the herds, this cry of announcement and defense against a danger activated the others, who imitated this cry to generate more noise and thus frighten the predators. Me. It reminds me of the monkeys screaming in the trees, and they all start screaming constantly. Is this why we say laughter is contagious? I am. That's right. In our brain remains the information that laughing is something that makes us survive, that allows us to announce what we want, what we need. Thus, the group responds immediately, because in cellular memory, the brain indicates that it must be imitated to succeed in the group, in the set of individuals before predators. But over time, this spasm generated as a merely defensive function became something quite different. The spasms produced by the body involuntarily by the respiratory system produced a chemical reaction in the brain that aroused not only adrenaline, but also endorphin. This is an excellent mixture to produce pleasure, excitement. Thus, after the shared laughter to drive away the enemy, everyone was left in a state of excitement, an orgasmic feeling. Primates began to use this mechanism for pleasure and were looking for ways to provoke laughter, usually with certain sensations of danger. Me. Like what? I am. To scare or tickle. The basis of laughter, observing how the other reacts. The game, the mockery, the persecution, the altered provocation of the nervous system in the face of what seems like an attack produced a feeling of irrepressible pleasure which activates the need to shout to defend oneself, laughter. Me. Now I understand why some people laugh when they are afraid, or watch a horror movie, or have to give a speech in front of others. Sometimes laughter arises in moments of shame, pressure, exhaustion, stress, fear, as an involuntary reaction. It is because the body seeks to defend itself. I am. Laughter among hominids went from being a form of defense and warning of possible dangers to individuals who were scattered by the branches of trees and became a tool for social interaction that strengthened the bond between individuals, even beginning to be part of the conquest for reproduction. The males made the ridiculous to make the females laugh and thus have assured reproduction. I am. This is how a sense of humor was born as a key in romanticism, to make the other laugh. I am. But as long as laughter produced pleasure, it ceased to be just a matter of reproduction, to be a form of exchange and communication between individuals. This caused a homosexual culture to emerge in primates, although not only in these, but in many other species of mammals as well, such as elephants, horses, cattle, dogs. Me. Laughter became synonymous with love. I am. But the human began to condition the laughter because he considered it a lack of respect, showing the teeth as an act of war, of struggle, since the times of the primates, because when laughing the front teeth, the fangs and incisors were shown, which denoted aggressiveness. Careful, I can bite. Thus, in wars, in anger, rage, showing teeth, pursing the face was a sign of attack. For some traditions, doing this was only synonymous with struggle, and therefore showing teeth was disrespectful. This is why they preferred to keep their mouths shut. Me. And that's how the smile is born. I am. Well, not exactly, but it is related. The forced smile is the repression of a repressed rage or a silenced emotion, synonymous with shame to show what I am completely. In Europe, laughter began to be frowned upon when Christianity became the official religion, because life on earth was considered a sacrifice, and it was necessary to suffer it to prove that it deserved the kingdom of heaven after death. If the Savior suffered for all, laughing was disrespectful to their suffering. Laughing in public, showing teeth when laughing, was a lack of respect and education, which spread in the cultures of the European continent and which was brought to the world by colonization. Me. Why would it mean showing teeth to reveal who one really is? I am. Because teeth are the physical reflection of the memory of the soul, and to show them is to undress, as if in a deep look. A human possesses 32 teeth and molars in total, and each one is an extension of his being. They are a bone construction coated in enamel glass, one of the hardest in nature, and their location and position keep track of the entire internal history of an individual. At the top lie 16 teeth and molars, mirrored at the bottom of the mouth. When you look at a person in the face, the upper right part of the mouth will tell you about the role of the father in your life, your relationship with him, obedience, abandonment, betrayal, clan, exclusion, and goal. The upper left will begin with the role of the mother in your life, your relationship with her, submission, heartbreak, deception, the earth, covenant, and regrets. In the lower right, you will find combat, protection, cooperation, fraternality, frustration, society, the gestating seed, and modesty. At the bottom left, you will find sweetness, welcome, service, partner, rejection, home, fruit, and penance. Me. So the problems in my teeth tell me about the problems in my life. I am. They're a reflex. They are, in turn, a shield. Laughter is a cry that says, "This is my territory, my family. This is my thing, don't get closer." Showing your teeth saying who you are and what belongs to you, territoriality. The smile is the one that whispers, "This is me. and I open myself to teach you what I am. Me. But if I don't show my teeth, is it a false smile? I am. There will be two types of smile in this case. The false smile is the one that seeks not to be expelled from the group, to stay in the clan, the pack, not to be rejected. And the other, the natural one, is an orgasmic spasm of pleasant relationship which shows the comfort and realization of being. The smile is the voice of the soul. It is the way the spirit speaks. Me. I really like that, to see it like this, the voice of the spirit and the soul. I am. In silence, a smile produces recognition. The muscular reaction of the nerves of the face contract when inwardly there is a nervous pulse that describes an orgasmic need to express understanding, to affirm what resonates, what makes you feel safe. It is the brain unifying the consciousness of the spirit and the sensations of the soul, manifesting itself in the face of the security of the smile. When you smile by nature, you show the satisfaction of the fullness that the soul and spirit feel in unity with your body. And when you force the smile, you send the opposite message. When you force the smile, the brain interprets a signal of inevitable well-being, so it secretes the hormones of pleasure and happiness, changing the perception of any reality you are living. Me. So smiling even if I'm not happy can generate a chemical reaction that makes me feel happy? I am. The spirit created the energy in its singing, and the energy molded the soul into its essence, which gave rise to the patterns that shaped the body. When the spirit and the soul unite, they manifest themselves in the smile. But if they do not find unity and are in conflict, it only remains to ask the body to unite them, and therefore, a smile of the body aligns the soul with the spirit, giving clarity to every process. Me. The way to find coherence of my being is to smile. I am. Smiling is your greatest manifested truth. Me. So simple. So easy. I am. So, if you're a free spirit in search of consciousness, you know what to do. Me. Smile.